Hello, my friends, and I am back with more knitting. Doc here from Albuquerque, Zia Wool's podcast channel. Podcast channel. That's not a word. Sorry, not sorry. Whatever. You know what I mean. I still have to tell you, I still want to tell you about more of my projects. And I have, as well as I wanted to tell you about what I am currently actively working on other than Duke City Mitts. Where do I start? Let me start with a shawl that I put into this wonderful Halloween bag that I have made a few years back. I love this fabric, love the Halloween witches, love witches always. And I have moved into this bag a shawl that I am working on, which is kind of like a little bit dormant, but whenever I am looking for something simple to work on, this is what I grab. It is going to be a moon-shaped triangle in DK yarn. Sorry, my needles are quite short, so you cannot really see it, but you see the lovely colors that I am combining. And I'm not going to go into detail today, but I did want to show you that I will have two more colors. One that was a gift from a sweet friend of mine, and the other one is a discontinued Zia Wool's yarn. And yeah, so this is going to be big and it's going to be cozy, and I'm looking forward to having it. But I am also so tempted to make another hap out of handspun yarn, guys. Okay. So I've been working on and off on that shawl. And the other thing that I am also working on and off, as we do, is my Oma sweater. And it is called differently on my Ravelry project page, but you know, it is my Oma sweater, and I have to rename it on Ravelry, which is not going to be a big deal. And it's the sweater that I'm making with leftover sock yarns from my mother. I talked about this so many times. My mom was an avid sock knitter, and there was a lot of leftover sock yarn after we lost her, and I have already made a sweater for my mother, for my brother, where I held two yarns in manly colors together that I thought he'd like. And some of you have supplied me with leftover shades of green, because there's a lot more sock yarn in shades of blue, but I know he's a green dude. So his is finished, and I went to Germany in the hopes that I could get my sweater finished and to have a photo shoot with him in our Oma sweaters. But it didn't work out, because then I made, as I told you in the last episode, then I made the sweater for my niece, and that had to have priority. And yeah, then I got back to this, and I'm pretty much done. And at the bottom, it's an oversized cut. I made it up. I'm making it with 4.5 millimeter needles. Like I said, I'm holding two yarns together. And this is what I still have attached right now, these two. And yeah, do you remember me complaining a few episodes back, maybe last one, that it's too scratchy for me? So I don't know what was wrong with me on that day, because I just had to set it aside. And what I actually ended up doing, I ripped out that first start for the first version completely because I thought it was going to be too scratchy. And then I went to all these sock yarns, and they're all commercial sock yarns. And I just went and grabbed them and tried to feel what's not so scratchy on my hand. And that's how I came up with these. And yeah, I like it. And you're going to say, maybe, how are you going to do the sleeves dark? I did kebabs. I did yarn kebabs for my sleeves. And I will show you what that means in a second. But what I did was I divided up the yarns that I used into, or planned to use at this point, into 3 piles. One with a bigger little ball, not measured, never weighed, and 2 smaller balls. But of course we have to, it was a bit of a challenge, I tell you, because I was still in Germany. So I had to do all of that. I brought yarn, but I had to do it all there. So I did my 3, no, so I did my 6 lines of yarn, 2 for the body and 2 times 2 for the sleeves. And I had nothing there. I think what I did is I put the yarns on thread with a needle, so I would kind of preserve the order. But then I did my, as soon as I was at home, I did my kebabs. I never knit with straight needles, but I have them, yes, from my aunt and from my mother from way back in the day. And I love the American ones, by the way, because they're all so colorful. So this is one sleeve. And this is the other sleeve. And here you see the difference. The needles are, these are orange needles. Doesn't matter. And right now I have them in reverse order. So when I actually knit them, I'm going to have to reverse, because this is what's going to be first. And I'm going to knit this way. I hope you understand what I'm saying here. Yeah, I'm excited about this one because this is going to be a warm one. I need more sweaters in my life. So we got the sweater, we got the shawl, and then I need to tell you about the Ghostranch retreat. I always tell it the Ghostranch retreat because that's what it is for me in my head. But if you want to look for it online, you have to look for Knitting New Mexico. So that's the website. And it is a knitting and hiking retreat, but it takes place at Ghostranch, and it's over kind of like 4 days. I mean, 2 full days, and oh, wait a minute. No, it's 3 nights, 5 days, 3 nights, half day, 3 full days, 1 more day. And yeah, we were so lucky. The very first retreat that we ever did, Lauren organized, my knitting friend here, was in Albuquerque. That was with Isabel Kramer before the pandemic. Like, so great, so great. And then we had a break over the pandemic, and the last knitting retreat was co-hosted by Selma, and who has a popular podcast on YouTube, Selma Knits. Selma, I always call you Selma Nitz. I know it's not Selma Nitz, but everybody's going to know her and everybody's going to find her as Selma Nitz. So Selma taught a wonderful class last year. This year, the podcast, this year, the retreat has become so popular that Lauren decided to do it twice. And she did one in September and one in October, and I came to the one in October. And but both of them were really great. I was just really sad that I missed a few of the people from last year who were there in September, and but I still saw Anna, the yarn randomizer. Thank God I remembered, who has also a podcast. She was there, and Heather and Lisa, my local friends, were also there. Am I missing someone else from last year? I may, forgive me if I have. It was just all in all, such a great, oh yeah, of course, Yvonne was there. Thank goodness. Yes, I love her. She's from Taos. And someone else. Maybe I'll remember someone else in a moment. Sorry about that. If I forget you, that's just, yeah, it can happen. So the concept is that it's actually very well structured, and you have hiking and you have classes. And this year we had amazing Bristol Ivy. She is a knitwear designer, and we had her for classes, and it was really like killer amazing. Bristol is a great teacher. She's very structured. She has great handouts. She knows her shit, and she is very nerdy on one side. So she goes super into detail about things. And the classes she taught were one morning for her a cowl that everybody got the pattern for that cowl. And I will show you mine. Yeah. I ripped it out. I had one of my yarns, but it was I thought it was a little bit too thin for the cowl, and also I had only 2 skeins, so I thought, not so good. I'd rather have it a little bit longer and fuzzy. Yeah, also fuzzy cowl. Yeah. So it was the Winterlong is the name of the cowl. Look it up. She did one class on short rows. Great, so interesting. And that's where she really went into detail and explained everything in such a fascinating way. I really took a lot out of it, and I learned one new technique. Plus, I finally mastered wrap and turn. Yay! And the last one was slip stitches. So 3 morning classes with her, and also with the slip stitches. I fell in love with linen stitch. Where have I been that I have never done linen stitch before? That's crazy. Yeah. So very nerdy, very detailed. It makes you think like, oh, is that really good? Yes, it is. Sorry about that. Because, why is it good? Because she is so funny. I really adored her. It was really great fun. And yeah, it was awesome. Awesome. And as far as I know, she may be coming back, not next year, but in 2 years, which I really love. yes, if you are interested, follow Knitting New Mexico on Instagram or stalk them on the internet. Usually Lauren comes out with the new, Lauren or Selma, because next year yet again they will be co-hosts. I missed Selma, who was there in, Selma was one of the people whom I missed in September because she was there and then she did not come back for the next one in October. But next year the retreat is going to be back to back, 2 retreats again, which is awesome because I know there's a lot of people who loved it in the past and who would love to come back and who will come back. Yes. And oh yes, see, I haven't shown you my goodies. A sticker, a really cool bag, and on the, it was so nice because it has a sleeve on the inside for the water bottle, and a notebook, a card. I know this is designed by a Canadian artist. Come on. And little goodies, where are you? I packed the little stuff all together. A lotion bar and some wool wash, but I'm going to take it out now because I do want to show you that Marita, my German sweet and kind friend, sponsored the retreat with glass stitch markers or project keepers. Okay, hold on a second. Here we go. It's a bird and a sparkly crystal. I love her markers so much. Her glass work is stunning, and but I don't know that she sells to the US. Yeah, I'm really glad that I ended up with a bird because birds always make me think of my mother. Yeah, that's what it is. And oh yeah, it has the outside pocket, which I also love. And then last but certainly not least, so last year I was the dyer of the Ghostranch, the custom yarn, and this year it was Gwen of Z Yarns, and this is the glorious colorway she came up with. I just love this. It's so New Mexico. What do you think? Oh, so pretty. So she is local to me. And oh my gosh, this is so funny. Look at the inside. Can you see that? It's like a bloody hand print. Yeah, very nice. Yeah, love it. Not sure what this wants to be, but definitely a gorgeous, gorgeous yarn. All right, so that is my Ghostranch recap, and I will put in, I almost fell into the yarn basket. Do I belong there? Yes, I do. Think. told you about the goodie bag, told you about the classes. Hey, I cast on something new with my new yarn, and I put it in a fat squirrel bag. I love her bags. I purchased when I was in Virginia with my husband. I went to a yarn store called, I don't remember from the top of my head, and what I purchased there was this blue. And it's kind of funny because my husband said, "That's not for you, is it? What is that?" And I'm like, "Yes, I can make something in a solid color occasionally." But it's funny because he has 0 sense for yarn and knitting and stuff. He can barely tell what I'm making, but he knows that this is quite uncommon for me to make something in a solid color because, yeah, this is how we roll here. All the colors, yeah. It's all about colors, yeah. But this one, I really wanted to shop at that store. Yarn Matters is the name. And I ended up with this yarn, and I thought, wow, I want something a little more woolly, even though I have all my hand spun. But and this was quite affordable in a worsted weight, and it's a very Virginia yarn because it comes from a farm there, and the yarn is called Sistari. Yeah, worsted weight. And I said to myself, I will not just randomly buy anything. So I went through my queue. I found the Felix cardigan, which is kind of funny because I never, I always say, whatever is super popular, yeah, get away from me. I'm not going to make it. That's not for me. I love the underdogs. I love the not so popular patterns. Like, you're never going to see me make certain things which shall not be named. But then again, this is a very popular pattern. And I am fine. Everyone can make the occasional exception from the rule, right? And also another exception from the rule is that I did not do a gauge swatch. Yes, I'm fine. I realized at the bottom of the, when I was here to split the sleeves, yeah, that was my gauge swatch. And I realized I need to go up a needle size, no, not a needle size, a pattern size, to get the size that I want for myself. And these needles are from my few, I think are they 5mm or 6mm? Now I'm a little bit confused. What do you think? 5 or 6? But I'm using whatever she says in the pattern, so I can look it up. Hello. So they are 6mm. I thought so. Yeah, for the cuffs, it's 5mm later. Yeah, this is where I am right now. And this is splendid. And the cardigan is by Amy Christophers. Felix cardigan by Amy Christopher's 6mm needles. Oh my gosh. I am literally done. Oh no, one more thing. I forgot. This just caught my eye. This is our little sampler from the classes with Bristol Ivy. Is that cool? I love it. Come on, don't go unfocus on me. Yeah, love it. Love, love, love. Which one was the linen stitch now? I can't remember. Yeah, and up here where you have a nice sock heel, that's where we did all the short rows. Yeah, thank you, Bristol. She's probably not watching podcasts, but if you are, thank you. Yeah, we really had a very nice mix of people there where I feel like everybody was very engaged. Everybody was very much interested in doing things together. Show and tell was great fun. And I was just, I love the food there, but I had a problem with after dinner on 2 nights. So I'm really sad that I missed the last 2 evenings. Especially the last one. I had to go to bed early and lay down because I had problems. But hopefully we'll get this taken care of soon. I should not have had issues because the food is really excellent there, and there's vegan options, there's gluten-free options, and so I'm a little bit clueless on what caused this for me. No idea. Well, okay. We are at half an hour for this, and I am so glad I got to talk to you about this and about all my makings, about my knitting, whatever has happened for me in the past. And I thank you as always for watching and for being here with me, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.